I feel the spirit moving in me. I feel the spirit moving in me.
Number 1 day of Christmas, my tutu give to me. 1 minor bird and 1 papaya tree. Number 2 day of Christmas, my tutu give to me. 2 coconuts and 1 minor bird and 1 papaya tree. Number 3 day of Christmas, my tutu give to me. 3 dried squid, 2 coconuts, and 1 minor bird and 1 papaya tree. Number 4 day of Christmas, my tutu give to me. 4 flower lay, 3 dried squid, 2 coconut, and 1 minor bird and 1 papaya tree. Number 5 day of Christmas, my tutu give to me. 5 big fat pigs, 4 flower lay, 3 dried squid, 2 coconuts, and 1 minor bird and 1 papaya tree. Number 6 day of Christmas, my tutu give to me. 6 hula lessons, 5 big fat pigs, 4 flower lay, 3 dry squid, 2 coconut, and 1 minor bird and 1 papaya tree. Number 7 day of Christmas, my tutu give to me. 6 shrimps a swimming, 6 hula lessons, 5 big fat pigs, 4 flower lay, 3 dry squid, 2 coconuts, and 1 minor bird and 1 papaya tree. Number 8 day of Christmas, my tutu give to me. 8 ukulele, 7 shrimps a swimming, 6 hula lesson, 5 big fat pigs, 4 flower lay, 3 dry squid, 2 coconut, and 1 minor bird and 1 papaya tree. Number 9 day of Christmas, my tutu give to me. 9 pounds of poi, 8 ukulele, 7 shrimp a swimming, 6 hula lessons, 5 big fat pigs, 4 flower lay, 3 dry squid, 2 coconut, and 1 minor bird and 1 papaya tree. Number 10 day of Christmas, my tutu give to me. 10 cans of beer, 9 pounds of poi, 8 ukulele, 7 shrimps a swimming, 6 hula lessons, 5 big fat pigs, 4 flower lay, 3 dry squid, 2 coconut, and 1 minor bird and 1 papaya tree. Number 11 day of Christmas, my tutu give to me. 11 missionaries, 10 cans of beer, 9 pounds of poi, 8 ukuleles, 7 shrimps a swimming, 6 hula lessons, 5 big fat pigs, 4 flower lace, 3 dry shrimp, 2 coconuts, and 1 minor bird and 1 papaya tree. Number 12 day of Christmas, my tutu give to me. 12 televisions, 11 missionaries, 10 cans of beer, 9 pounds of poi, 11 ukulele, 7 shrimps a swimming, 6 hula lessons, 5 big bad things, 4 flour lay, 3 dry squid, 2 coconut, and 1 minor bird in 1 papaya tree.
All right. Woo! Now that's what I call Christmas, yes? What do you get if you eat Christmas decorations?
A stomachache.
Yes, you get a stomach ache and you get tinselitis. Oh, yeah. All right. Oh, they're holding up the cards. I got 1s and 2s on that one, ladies and gentlemen. So today, this is the last week of Advent, and Advent literally means the coming. And in Unity, Advent represents a 4-step process that we go through into that place where we experience the fullness of who we are, where we experience what we call the Christ consciousness, or in Buddhism, you might call it the Buddha consciousness. And the birth of our Christ self in consciousness means we get to that place where we are able to bring forth the truth that's within us and experience the fullness of that truth in our lives, so that we can move past illusion, move past fear and doubt, and be the Buddha, be the Christ, be the very truth that we are. So in Advent, faith comes from knowing with confidence that everything that we need is going to show up in the perfect way at the right time. So just feel into that, how that feels, knowing that when we are on this spiritual journey, when we are looking to hear the truth from inside us, all that we need to know, all that we need to be is going to show up at the right and perfect time. Can I hear an amen? Yeah. And peace then comes from knowing that everything is just right. No matter what happens, we can be peaceful with it because it is what it is, right? Byron Katie said, don't argue with what is. Whatever we have, that's what is. And we can either fight it or we can go, oh, this is what is. Being the Christ presence, I can say, I'm fully present to this. This is what is. Suffering comes when we fight what is. Love comes, and love represents that knowingness that love is the energy of the universe. Love is really all there is. Course in Miracles will say love is all there is. Love is all there is. We can either face life with fear, or we can realize and take a breath and just be with the presence of love that is right here, right now. And so today we're going to talk about joy. And the joy is the final step in accepting, embracing, to living our highest self, our Christ self. So I thought it'd be kind of fun to talk about what is the difference between happiness and joy? Because people often get those things confused. Now, happiness for me is when I'm eating a big piece of pizza, right? Which unfortunately I can't do anymore because my diet doesn't let me do it. But that's happiness, that taste of it, that anticipation of it. Does that make you happy? right? Having that big piece of pizza or going out and watching a movie and being in the moment with that movie, that's happiness. And the difference is when that pizza leaves my mouth or leaves my system, I'm kind of back to where I was. Joy, on the other hand, is a feeling that we can embrace that's a higher step up than happiness. It's how we can be joyful all the time, or have that experience of joy. Some people will disagree with my answer, but hey, that's okay. I always say, take what you want from what I say and leave the rest, right? So joy is what we feel when we are living our lives to our fullest potential and realizing our dreams. And so how can you tell if you are experiencing joy? I like to think that when we're doing some activity, when we're with people, when we're totally present to what is happening in the moment, we get a tingle. Ever get that tingle where you go, oh, yeah, because we're doing what we have passion about, we're doing what our soul wants, and we're doing something that brings us joy, and we get that tingle inside of us. It's like, wow. Anybody who sing, ever feel that tingle when you sing? When you're with the person that you love and you're feeling joyful, ever get that tingle of, ooh. Yeah, remember that first tingle, that first time you got that tingle? Ooh, it brings you joy. So what I like about Unity is we look at the practical teachings of Christianity as well as all spiritual paths. And Jesus demonstrated the power of joy and said, I'm going to show you ways that you can experience joy in everything you do in your life. Because joy is an emotion that's grounded in truth, that we are accessing our spiritual knowingness, our spiritual self, and we can bring that forward in every moment and use it to transform what we are experiencing in the moment and really to lift it to a higher level. Do you see that? Nobody wants to admit it today. So joy is the delight I experience when I am connected to my higher self and participate in meaningful activities. It's about doing things that are significant, right? When we're doing things that are significant, they're things that resonate with the truth of who we are. And because we are totally present and participating in those things that bring us joy, that are significant, that are meaningful, we feel joy. I like to say also that joy comes with our contact with the presence of God within. Now, trying to define what God is, it can be kind of difficult. There's as many definitions for what God is as there are words in this sentence, many more. But I like to think that the presence of God is that essence of love, that essence of truth that's at the center of the universe, that's part of everything in the universe, and that we have the amazing ability to connect with that presence and live that presence. And I really think that's what all of the master teachers have taught us, is how can we connect with that presence? How can we be the fullness of who we are? This is a picture of me and my Aunt Mabel. Aunt Mabel was one of my mom's sisters, and a lot of you know my mom died when I was 12, and so I didn't really get to my mom died when I was 8, so I didn't really get to experience a lot of what my mom was like. But every time I saw my Aunt Mabel, she would always share stories with me about my mom, and my mom loved cats, and Aunt Mabel had a million cat stories with my mom, and those stories brought me so much joy. In fact, my Aunt Mabel brought me so much joy that I felt that whenever I was around her. And Aunt Mabel brought that joy into everything she did. She traveled all over this country, often by bus, and at Christmas time, she got over 100 cards from people all over the United States that felt her joy and felt what she gave to them. And when I went to my Aunt Mabel's funeral, instead of feeling sad and hurt, what I experienced was total joy. To be there and to celebrate and to remember the joy that my Aunt Mabel gave me. Can you imagine what it would be like if my Aunt Mabel knew, wherever she is now, how much joy she brought to the world? Can you imagine how it would feel for you if you knew that you impacted people on your human journey and you brought them joy? What an amazing gift that is. What an amazing thing to be remembered for, bringing joy. Joy comes as we access the truth that we know. And we apply that truth to our lives. For me, knowing that I have access to that joy, whenever I think about my Aunt Mabel, or whenever I think about how she impacted me, I can access that joy. Because that's the truth of who we are. And we all have that same ability to access that joy, that love, that power, that wisdom. You know, joy is completely independent of what happens to us on the outside. Happiness can be determined based on what happens outside of us. But when we are able to connect with that Christ presence, that Buddha presence, that love presence within us, and tap into that joy, it's not impacted by what happens to us in our lives. Joy is the delight I experience when I am connected to my higher self and participate in meaningful activities. So how can we live more of this joy? I like to have some kind of a practical example or something that you can take home with you to remember how you can tap in to whatever you're experiencing, whatever I'm talking about on Sunday. So I've got 4 things to live in joy. And the first one is to live authentically. And this means to do the things in your life that accent your values, that demonstrate your desires, to live from your fullest potential. Can you imagine if everywhere you go, everything you did, your number one thing to do was to be present and then come from that place in your heart, come from that place of the things that you value, to live that in that way, and to literally be aware of it every day in everything you do, in every decision that you make. Imagine if you said, and I believe Jesus did this, I believe Buddha did this, if before you said anything, before you did anything, if you said, you know, I'm going to totally come from love in everything I say. Even when that person cuts you off on the Pilani Highway, just to come from love and just breathe in and just love the person and really love yourself and just follow your strength. Follow the things that you love doing, things that bring you passion, the things that give you that spark inside. And the second thing we can do is to build deep relationships that contribute to mutual success. And if you look at the people that you're close to in your life, you're probably going to see people that are there to support you. They're that love you, people that encourage you to do the things that you love, that encourage you to follow your passion, to follow your values, to follow your desires. And to make that the people that you have relationships with. And if you look closely, that might be what you find. I can look at the people who are closest to me, and they're people that make me feel good. People that help me recognize the truth that I am. That I am a spiritual being in a physical body, and sometimes I have limitations or experiences that don't feel where I feel down. But those people are the ones that encourage me to be the best that I am. Right? True for you? So surround yourself with people that encourage you and love you and support you and want to see you be successful. And the third thing that we can do is to live aligned with our ethical and spiritual ideas. To live our lives with integrity in everything you do. Be totally present. Really work on being present to whatever is happening around you. And just be fully there in that place of love. And then, of course, to do your spiritual work. To say your prayers, spend time in meditation. You know, there's a lot of evidence happening right now that shows that when we spend time in meditation, when we spend time in prayer, when we spend time in contemplation, it actually changes the functioning and the neural pathways in our brain. Science is proving what spirituality has known. My God, why would we not meditate? Don't you want to be the best, perfect example of who you are? We have to go inside and we have to listen to what is that? If we're going to demonstrate it, we have to realize what it is, who we are. What are you here for? And the fourth thing that we can do is to practice deepening joyful experiences. And we'll go through a little process in the meditation in a minute. But basically that means identify when you are feeling joy, right? Anybody ever felt joy in here? Yes. Okay, when you feel it, you freeze frame it, right? And you say, wow, I feel joyful right now. And you stop everything, and if you can, and you just be with that joy. And say, man, I'm going to feel this joy. This joy is amazing. Again, we're building neural pathways in our brain because the things that we focus on determine how we think. It's old truth. Science is now proving that it's true. So take time and just be with that joy. And you can even call it up later. You can remember something that happened today and call up that joy later and go, okay, I remember, I was sitting in church and I felt this great joy. And I'm going to turn up the heat on that. I'm going to let myself really feel that. I'm going to impress upon myself how important that is. And just feel it in your body. Feel it in your mind. And just imagine that it's moving over you like a warm, comfortable blanket that embraces every cell, every tissue, every space of who you are. True joy is part of our nature. It's built into our very beingness. And it isn't affected by what happens out here. In fact, they're proving scientifically that the more time we spend in joy, the less the things in the outside world affect us in negative ways. Don't you want that? Isn't that what we're here to experience? Marian Brown, in her book, Putting Life Back Together, wrote, "There is no greater joy or ecstasy than the soul's awakening to the light of God within. Until this awakening, we are on an external quest for that something that will satisfy the hunger of our longing souls." So we're looking out here for what is in here. Reverend Dr. Cindy Palos, who is sitting back there in the midst of her artwork and her books, just published this book. It just came out, and I'm going to quote from it. She says, "Every light in the darkness is a guiding force and brings you to the reflection of the light of God that lives in all that's true. And when a storm approaches, and when the clouds move in, there's a light, the rebirth that was promised you that can truly guide you through." So this is the Christ presence. This is what Christmas is all about. It's about being born, being aware of that presence of God within us that is the truth of who we are and can lift us up in any situation to experience our fullness, to experience our light, to be the powerful beings that we are. By the way, the book is titled The Christmas Gift When Heaven Merges with Earth. This is Christmas. This is the birth of the Christ presence in our consciousness. Joy comes as a result of changing our thinking. You've heard the phrase, change your thinking, change your life. When we stop thinking, we stop focusing on limited, negative, untrue thoughts and beliefs and replace them with life-affirming ideas and beliefs, we literally change what we believe and we change the neural pathways in our brains. Joy comes with the birth of our Christ self. The birth of the Christ self is the birth in consciousness of a new idea or belief that allows us to transform old erroneous thinking and apply these ideas to our earthly experience. Wow. As we apply these truths to our lives, we feel incredible joy. This is the birth of the Christ presence. This is what I believe Jesus came here to show us, to demonstrate for us, to emulate for us. And I'm going to end with this story today, titled The Jewel in the Robe. A poor man was visiting his wealthy friend and had too much to drink. And he became intoxicated and fell asleep. Before leaving on urgent business, the wealthy man sewed a priceless jewel into his friend's robe. Not knowing this, the poor man wanders from land to land, from city to city, struggling to make ends meet, and not feeling content with the little bit of money that he has. One day, the two reunite, shocked to see how destitute his friend is. The wealthy friend says, "Let me see your robe." And he says, "Did you know that there's a priceless jewel sewed into your robe?" And the poor man was ecstatic. Just like the poor man, we are unaware that we already possess the priceless jewel. The priceless jewel is the Christ presence. It is the Buddha presence. It's the jewel in our robe. It's the ability that we have to transform our lives and express the fullness of who we are all the time, whatever we're doing. This is Christmas. Say this with me. Joy is the delight I experience when I am connected to my higher self and participate in meaningful activities. And I invite you just to breathe for a moment. Robin's going to get ready and sing a chant with us titled Joy Finds Its Way Within. And in preparation for that, I invite you just to breathe, to relax.
Goes like this. Joy finds its way within, like a long lost friend finds its way from all around me. Joy finds its way within, like a long lost friend finds its way from all around me. And as I reach into all I am, I step into the truth of who I am. I am. Joy finds its way within, like a long lost friend finds its way from all around me. Joy finds its way within, like a long lost friend finds its way from all around me. And as I reach into all I am, I step into the truth of who I am. I am. Keep that going a little bit. I am.
I invite you to close your eyes and bring your attention to your breath. Breathing deeply and fully. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out. Search in the depths of your mind and remember a time that you felt amazingly joyful. Maybe with a friend or a relative, an animal, swimming in the ocean, standing on a mountain, holding someone you love. I invite you just to focus on one such time and breathe into this time. Breathe into the joy that you felt. And allow yourself to step into that joy. To feel the feeling. To see the person or the animal. To feel the water or the mountain. Whatever it is for you. Breathe in. And imagine that this joy that you feel bubbles up in you like a fountain, traveling to every place, every thought, every feeling, every cell, every tissue, every place in your body, your mind, and your spirit. And just allow yourself to feel this joy. Breathing in, feeling the joy. And imagine that you can turn up the heat. That you can turn up, you can amplify the joy. So much so that it's radiating within you and radiates without. Maybe filling this room with the light of joy. Filling your life. Breathing in and breathing out. And let's take just a moment together in the silence to feel this joy. And now slowly begin to bring your awareness back to this room, to this moment, to this time in your life. Breathing in, breathing out. And I invite you to carry this joy with you into everything you do today, this week, in your life. And I invite you to open your eyes when you're ready. I invite you to be seated and invite you also to prepare your love offerings and your gifts to Unity on Maui as an expression of your joy. And I hope we're giving you something to take home with you today. And you can also leave something as you go and participate in your own way in the work that we do. And those of you watching us on Facebook, you can go to our website, www.unityonmaui.org, and make a donation there as well. Your donations are part of the energy that continues to allow us to do what we do. Our message is really about love and transformation, and sometimes it takes some of that green stuff to put wheels on the thoughts and music in our ears. So thank you for your gifts. We appreciate them very much. It's a blessing being with you today and sharing this time with you. So, as you hold your gifts, breathe into them and give thanks for them. Because these gifts have come from who you are, from the love that you give. And what a beautiful thing to be able to share this manifestation of our energy with the world. And so as we hold our gifts, let's pray and affirm our affirmation of prosperity, which begins through a grateful, giving heart. My mind and life overflow with the abundance of God's all-providing, infinite supply. And so it is. Namaste. Oh, loving Spirit, thank you for these gifts that have come to us in love. We hold them, we bless them, we give thanks for them. And knowing that they are transformed as they move through this ministry and out into the world. And we behold a world filled with love, light, peace, and joy. And so it is. Namaste. How about a hand for Robin over here, huh? She hates that part, but that's why I have to throw it in, right? A minister's job is to comfort the afflicted and afflict the comforted. And she's like, you cause me lots of affliction. Oh, obviously, we have a great time doing what we do. So let's see. There's a sign-up sheet in the back there, and you can sign up to bring flowers on Sundays in January. It's hard to believe that next Sunday is Christmas. So I'm going to tell you a little bit more about that in a minute. But I think we're going to start with Dr. Reverend Cindy Paulos. Why don't you come on? Let's give Cindy a hand. You can hear Cindy's amazing voice on KAOI numerous times during the week. She's an inspiration and a light for all of us. So thank you, Cindy. Tell us what's going on today, will you?
Well, you know what? I was just sitting there thinking that it's so beautiful being here with light-minded people. When I was talking to Blaine this week, I had him on my radio show, and we were talking about unity, and he said, well, I don't know how many people are going to be there. And I looked out this morning, and we had lightning, we had thunder, and during the talk, there was pouring rain. I was thinking, well, gosh, no one's going to come out in this rain. So it's so beautiful that all the people here recognize the joy that you bring. And the wonderful singing and I've been going to Unity, gosh, I don't know how many, anyone remember Gloria way back when?
Oh, yeah.
Gloria was a very good friend of mine. We had a women's circle. And then Mary Omwake was a dear friend. And Mary told me once, the mission, she had to come up with a mission. You have to have a mission, right?
Yes.
And one of her ideas for the mission was bringing heaven to earth. And, I always liked that. And so when that kept, when something resonates, it's like a bell that rings, or Diane Evans, right? Her beautiful, and it keeps resonating. We don't always hear it after, it may not be in our ears, but it's resonating and resonating. So when I was thinking of doing this book, it came to me that heaven did merge with earth. First I was going to call it When Heaven Merges with Earth. I thought, well, 2,000 years ago, that light, that Christ light, came to merge with earth. And Christ told us everything he did, we do also. It's like, well, why haven't we accepted this? It's like, it's Christ is there. So it's the message of Christmas, the message of Mary, the message of the shepherds. It's all there, within, as you say, in that inside Christ consciousness. So that's what the Christmas gift is. And my new CD, Love Conquers All, because what is, the love that conquers all
what else is there?
Is that light, that Christ light, that love that comes with it. Everything I have on my CDs today, when you're going out, any donation you give for my CDs is going to go to Unity. And we've had some wonderful people who've already donated. And I have everything else 50% off. But I love Unity. I watch more at home. But I have to say, for anyone watching at home, it is different being here in person, feeling the energy, feeling the power, feeling the joy. It's decorated beautifully, and it just feels good to be here. So I thank you.
Thank
I thank
you.
you for your service and the work you do in keeping that light-minded people together here in unity. So thank you.
Thank you. And so you're going to be here afterwards.
Yes.
And are you going to do a reading from your book, or what are you
No,
going to
just,
do?
you know what? You said it all, and we heard it all. I'm just here to, if anyone wants anything, I meditate and write every day, and all this is from that. And what happens is I end up getting a lot of stuff in a garage somewhere, storage. So it's nice. It's nice to be able to share it. So that's why I'm here. But you said it beautifully. So thank you.
Thank you. And your book is a beautiful metaphysical interpretation of the birth story, of the Christmas story. It's really beautiful.
Thank you very much.
Thank
I
you.
appreciate that.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right. So next Saturday, our service this week, next week's service is on Saturday. It's New Year. It's Christmas Eve. Don't give it away too fast, Blaine. It's Christmas Eve. We're going to do 2 services at 4 and at 6 right here. And there'll be a shuttle going back and forth from here to the upper parking lot in the county building. And I encourage you to park there ahead of time. And I also encourage those of us who are part of this to park so that there is plenty of parking for everybody to park on our property. And we're going to have a great time. It's going to be an amazing service that we're putting together. And so many people that are in this room are helping us to create this amazing service. We're going to have fabulous music. And I promise you will be touched, moved, and inspired by our Christmas Eve service, which is next Saturday. Now, there will not be, the first time I can ever remember in my 20-some years being a minister, 10 years here, that I've ever taken Christmas Day off. And so I'm planning on sitting by my Christmas tree and with my lovely girlfriend and celebrating Christmas in our home and enjoying the day. So if you come here next Sunday, Merry Christmas. And, anyone who does come, because it's such a habit for so many of us, if you do come, go ahead and do a service out in the patio. I'm sure it'll be great. So look forward to seeing you here. Come early, and we'll have a blast next week. Let's see. Oh, and then on Sunday, January 1st, New Year's Day is on a Sunday this year, and so we're going to do a burning bowl service, and I have been inspired to transform this service and make it a little bit different than you've probably ever experienced the burning bowl before. So we'll be doing the burning bowl service, and I've got another surprise element that's going to happen after that. And if you look closely at this picture, you might get an idea what that is. So that's going to be a lot of fun. That's happening on New Year's Day on January 1st, same time, 10 o'clock during our regular service. And we are helping the food bank. There's a bucket in the back there. You can bring food to the bucket probably through New Year's. I think I say Christmas up there. I'm going to assume it's probably not going to be picked up until after New Year's. So we love to support our community and to support people that could use some food during the holidays. So please bring some and donate in the bucket at the back. And Course of Miracles, they're going to be here tomorrow, Monday, and then they're not going to be back until January 9th. Course of Miracles meets here once a week, and it's I love the Course of Miracles. I quote often from it, and its teachings are very much in alignment with Unity's teachings. And if you're in town on Thursdays, we have a meditation right here. It's a great way to get connected during the week. And join us for meditation. We read the daily word and spend 30 minutes in the silence. And if you enjoyed the talk today, I have what I call a walk your talk. It's kind of a summary of everything I talked about. It's back on the back table, and it is in bright red, so you can't miss it. And anything else? I did bless it. Yeah, we did. Yeah. Well, thank you, though. Bless the money, thank you. You can feel the heat. So we're going to do that prayer for protection, and then we'll sing the peace song. So why don't we stand up, and it'd be fun if a line of people would come up on the platform here so people can see us singing at home. Come on up. Be brave. Only hurts for a second. This might be your 15 minutes of fame. You never know. People are watching you from around the world. Okay.
I got the clicker arm.
Yeah, you get the clicker arm. Thank you all for being here. This is amazing. All right, let's pray together the prayer for protection. Together. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. And the presence of God watches over us wherever we are. God is. Thank you for being here today. You are a blessing to all of us.
Where